Hey YouTube, Brian with Renegade Trucking coming to you, and yeah, I just wanted to talk about day, 16 at Suncoast Trucking Academy, and so this is the first day of our final week, and we got in the new truck, and things were a little bit different today, so I kind of wanted to go over that. So, started off like normal, did our pre-trip inspection, but then we're in this new truck, and, everything's different. First of all, this one has a DEF system on it, so in the pre-trip, that was something new that we needed to go over and also be pointed out, and the whole exhaust system was totally different. This has like a tailpipe and whatnot instead of having a stack, and so just really a lot of differences, and this was kind of one of my big fears. I brought it up towards the end of last week with the instructor. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on my videos, but I was concerned about how long it would take to adapt to a new vehicle, and he said that it would take about 20 minutes, and just kind of brushed it off. But so after we did our pre-trip inspection, obviously the whole interior, everything's different. This is a much newer vehicle. This is a Freightliner Cascadia. I'm not sure what year it is, but totally different from what we were driving previously. And after we did our pre-trip, the first thing that we did was the offset backing, which I was pretty excited about. Well, actually, we did a straight back, and then we do two offset backs after that, after doing one straight back. And I was pretty excited about that because we haven't really gotten a chance to do any of the offset backing. Now, I remembered all the moves that I needed to make and what my reference points were and everything, but my first two offset backs in this, one to the right, one to the left, I was overshooting the cones significantly on my initial setup. And so I tried to figure it out in my mind, what was going on, and I realized, that with the reference point that we had on the old truck, it was putting me at too much of an angle, and that's why I was doing the offset. And I brought this up with the instructor, and he confirmed that, with this being a different truck, it was, I needed to come up with a new reference point, and so we kind of talked that out, and I came up with one. I pretty much got that in. And so did a couple on the practice range, and then we were actually lucky enough. I guess the person that was scheduled to do their exam in the morning ended up failing the pre-trip, so the actual exam range was open. So we were able to take the truck over there, and we were able to start doing our straight backing practice on the actual test course, and doing some offset backing. So that was great to have that exposure because it's all totally different. And we were basically doing mock exams where, we'd signal the instructor when we felt like we were in position and everything. So that was really cool. Everything was pretty much fine there. And then after and it was just myself and one other student again today. And after we started to really get the offset backing down, we moved into doing the alley dock backing, and it was pretty much like starting over from scratch again, just with the complete difference in the size of this truck and everything, and it was just completely reacting differently. So we were doing so bad with it that the instructor actually got in, because I was trying to talk to him about, we're going to need to change because it was all on the initial setup that it was getting all messed up, and the previous instruction that we had on how many turns and how far to go and all that to get it angled the correct way so that it would make the arc just wasn't working. Plus we're on a completely different course too that we haven't practiced on, and so we were getting a feel for that as well. And so he hopped in and drove, and came to the determination that everything that we were working off of is completely different now. So he gave us some new instructions on how to start, and also we found out this should be, unless if it breaks down or whatever, this should be the truck that we're actually going to be testing in next week. So that's a positive. And yeah, but so anyway, so I got a little bit more practice after lunch with the alley dock backing. I only got one attempt prior to lunch, and then I think I made 2 backs after lunch. And when, yeah, they went okay. It could have gone better, but I was able to eventually, you know, get it in there. I think I had to use 3 or 4 pull-ups on my first attempt after lunch, and then I think it was another 3 or so on the second attempt. But you know, I was getting there. I have the whole rest of the week, you know, to get a feel for this. So you know, just take time. And then since we're on the test course, there was you know, someone taking their exam at 2 o'clock, so we had to clear off the course, and we went out and we were driving. And yeah, the shifting, this has a completely different engine in it, and the engine speed drops significantly faster in this, and so we really needed to speed up our shifts as well. And you know, I'd just gotten into the timing of my problem was I was shifting too fast and I had to slow it down. Now I'm shifting too slow, but I was able to adapt to that pretty quickly. The upshifts weren't really an issue. I was able to pick that up pretty quickly. It was where I started getting into an issue was on the downshifts. I was just having problems with the revs, and I just was not understanding what was going on, because it was taking so long for, like, I'd hit the gas and it would just or the you know, accelerator, and it would just slowly start to creep up and then shoot way up. And I was asking the instructor about it, and it's not this throttle pedal on this truck is like computer controlled, where it smooths everything, or you know, smooths it. So it's not like, so when I hit the accelerator to a certain point or whatever, it doesn't actually, you know, fluctuate the engine speed directly. And so this was a whole other aspect now on the downshifts that I need to handle. So everything else was pretty much fine. Driving it around was fine. It's just need to get used to this new, you know, dealing with this throttle for the downshifts really is it. And I'm not, none of this is me complaining or anything. I'm just kind of noting that you know, you are going to need to adapt to these new differences, and it may not be instantly. I feel like I'm adapting better than the other student was, but at least specifically on the shifting. But yeah, it's you're going to need to, there's some adaptation that's going to go on, and I'm sure, you know, anytime that you get in a new truck, it's always going to be like this. But you know, down the road, when you're hopping in a new truck, you probably have, you know, quite a bit of experience behind you, so it's not that big of a shock where you've gone from only using just this one specific truck for 10 days, and now you have something completely different, and, you know, trying to adapt your limited experience to this completely new and different vehicle. But yeah, so you know, it's just really just that. Just occasionally, I still need to be more mindful of the wide left turns. I was the only one that I had an issue with, and really I was on course to be doing fine until the instructor asked me how far I was off of it, and then of course I focused on the white line, and I then of course put my trailer tires on it. So I just need to focus more on that really, and then we were able to get up on Interstate 75 and able to do We went from exit 171 all the way down to 161, so 10 miles of interstate driving. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so all in all, pretty cool. I just wanted to do an update since things did change significantly. I assume most of the rest of the week is going to be a lot of alley dock practicing and then just, driving the truck around. So there shouldn't really be a lot of changes. Now when available, we're hopping on the test course as well. So that's cool. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of do a quick update. So this may be my last video for this week. If something else major comes up, I'll certainly do one. This week Friday is Christmas Eve. I don't think we have class that day. So technically I still have one day from this week will be next week. So I'll probably cut that into like a separate video. I'll probably just do a week 4 wrap up at the end of this week and then actually do just kind of my thoughts before going into the test, and then video after I do the exam. So yeah, thanks for watching. Everything's been pretty cool. Still no major complaints or anything at all about the school. It's getting prepared for using other different trucks and everything. It's just just getting used to it. So I'm glad that we have all sorts of time before the test to get acclimated to this truck and the test course, and hopefully that continues. So thanks for watching, and I'll keep you updated on the rest of the school.